I do. They do a little bit better job, I think, of getting extra blockers, to that side with their option game as well, and a lot of load option and G lead option, things like that. But us just playing a little bit of option this week at least helps us prepare, to play Carney as well. But they do things just a little bit differently, and hopefully that does prepare us. But we'll see when Saturday comes. They had a great week of practice last week. I know we went out and practiced on Tuesday when it was cold, but just trying to get their minds right. But I think their backs are against the wall right now. Last week we had to win 5 in a row to have a chance at the conference and get to the playoffs, and then now it's 4 in a row. So I mean, their backs are against the wall. They got to perform at a high level and go win ball games and do things the right way. And I think that might be good for this team. They need to have their backs against the wall, something to work for, and knowing that they can't have any let-ups. So I think that benefits us, and just what we practiced last week, I thought that benefited us well. And our kids just got after it and played hard. And I thought that was probably the most complete game that we played, total. But I mean, still too many turnovers, still too many penalties. And a few big plays here and there that we got to eliminate. But for the most part, it was the best game we played so far this year. Just there's so much you can do with him. You can put him in a lot of different situations, and teams have to prepare, for him all the time on where he's going to be. As he wide receiver, is he quarterback, is he, running back? I mean, who knows where we're going to put him at? So we're just going to keep adding to his package and make teams prepare for him and knowing where he's at. And by doing that, you open up the other guys. Like Beeves got open a few times in the last game. Hickman had some chances to make some nice plays as well, and it just opens up plays for everybody else. And when you got a guy like that everybody's got to focus on and key, that helps others make plays and makes our job a little bit easier as well. Just the right opportunity. We thought of some things that we need to do. We need to get a little more creative on the offensive side as well. We just kind of come up with a few things to try to help us out. And we know Harley's good in the backfield. Because we used him last year, and it's kind of that time of year that it's time to use him and take advantage of his abilities. And so we did it, and it worked out well for us. And hopefully we can add a little bit to that package this week. I mean, we still had it in the game plan, and it's more of a situational, type thing than anything else. But teams have really kind of picked up on it, and we're trying to find different ways to implement the screen game as well. But we're just going to take what they were giving us, and they didn't really give it to us. As much man covered as they were playing, it's hard to run that screen game, especially if we can't get to the linebacker. If we miss the linebacker, it's a tackle for a loss, or heck, they might even pick the ball. So it's just what they were doing to us. A lot of man coverage. And you get man coverage, it's kind of scary just because you just don't know if is our lineman going to get that block or not get that block. So we just wanted to be safe and sound and do the things that we knew were going to work. Yeah, you're starting to see it. You're starting to get more comfortable again, and getting confidence in his linemen, and understand that there's not a lot of pressure. I mean, I think early in the year, he's been hurt quite a bit, the last few years, and he's trying to stay healthy. I think for the most, as healthy as a quarterback can stay. And so he was, taking some easy sacks when he shouldn't have. But I think his mindset has finally changed. That I got to go out and make things happen and make plays. And if I get hit, I get hit. And sometimes your best plays are when you are taking a sack in the backfield, but you're getting rid of the ball, and somebody makes a big play on it. So I think he's really starting to figure those things out and understand, hey, it's his last year. He needs to go all out and do the best that he possibly can. And you've seen that the last few weeks, with just his play. It's huge because we haven't played very consistent on the road. You look at we played terrible against Mo West, had 3 turnovers. Missouri Southern, they were kind of up and down in shambles. Had a new coach coming in, and then our next road trip was at Emporia, and we didn't play very well there either with turnovers. So we just got to clean things up, and the way we travel, maybe our kids need to get a little bit more focused on the road as well. And it's not a vacation; it's a business trip. So I think that's part of it. So. We're going to tuck them in bed at night and make sure they're in bed. We might do it a couple of times just to make sure that they're doing the things that they need to do and doing it the right way. And, if that's what we have to do, we got to do it. But I think it's just, us really locking in, focusing on what we need to do to play better. And I think that's just doing things right the night before. If we do those things the way that's supposed to be done, prepare ourselves, we'll be just fine. A little bit, but we lift on, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday at 6 a.m. with our players anyway. So, and we talked about, just getting in a routine of, go ahead and stay up. A lot of kids after they get out lifting weights might go home and take a nap and then go to class. But for this week, we got to get our bodies acclimated to getting up early because we'll go 6:40 chapel, 7 o'clock pregame meal, and we'll be at the stadium by 8:30. So you might as well stay up and get used to being up early because we're going to do a 6 a.m. wake up anyway. So stay up, don't go back home and go to bed and go to class and get in that routine and making sure you're wide alert and awake. When game time comes. So. It is a little different, a little odd. I'm not even up that early in the morning, but so it might affect me more than the kids. No, our Friday will be the basic norm. As far as our trips are, I mean, this is a shorter trip, so we'll actually come in around 11 o'clock for special teams meetings, and actually do our walkthrough around 12:30, load the bus around 2, depart at 3, get there at 5:30, 6 o'clock, eat dinner, then have offensive and defensive meetings, and then a team meeting, and then bed checks, and a sleep by 10. So it doesn't really change much. Just get to bed a little bit earlier, and our arrival times is about the same as everywhere else, but just the shorter travel makes it a little bit easier. But bedtime's about the only thing that's different. It's about an hour earlier than it usually is, and wake up time's a couple hours earlier. So hopefully our kids stay up late anyway. That's what they're used to. They're used to not getting any sleep. So hopefully this doesn't affect them too much. But we can't make it an excuse. It is what it is, and y'all gotta be ready to play football. I think Coach DeLynn and just his philosophy, and the way he treats the kids, I mean, he's a great coach, has a great relationship with those players as well. He's recruited very well. He's got some JUCO kids and some transfer kids as well. But, it's just his system and the way he runs it. You can tell they're disciplined, they're held accountable. They play hard, they play physical, and, they know what they're doing. That first year, kids are still trying to learn everything and trying to figure things out. But you can tell right now that those kids are playing with some confidence and know what they're doing offensively and defensively. And, they're just playing really, really well right now. They're playing fast, they're playing confident, and, they're playing physical. And, that's something we got to be ready for, because this is a very good Kearney team. I mean, I don't know they're sitting here 4-3, we're 5-2. There's not much difference. And they beat some really good teams, and heck, they took Northwest to the wire as well. I mean, that wasn't a blowout game by any means, but I just know that he's going to have those kids ready to play, and you can tell just by the way they play the game right now that they're coached well and they're ready to get after it. It is, a lot of it is the same kids, and just looking at their depth and going through it, you see a lot of some familiar faces, and kids that have got a lot of playing time as well. And it's there's a few new guys sprinkled in there, but they know the system now, and you can just tell just why you can tell when a team has some confidence and doesn't. And it just when they step on the field and the way they play, you can tell they're confident in their abilities and confident in the things that they're doing. You can tell they're stronger than they've ever been, and they got more speed than they've ever have. So that's just, you just see it in their eyes and the way they play the game. So this is going to be a tough battle for us. We got to be there. When we go there on Saturday, we got to be ready to go, and we got to have a great week of practice right here, or we'll get our butts handed to us. Just seeing their fronts, they'll get a 3-man front, shift down into a 4-man front. They got some, they don't blitz a lot, but they blitz enough to keep you honest. Good job of getting their hands on receivers. They don't give up the big play. They keep everything in front, and they make you earn everything. And as an offense, that's a lot of times offense rely on the big plays, and it's hard for an offense to drive down the field 12, 13 plays and get a score. So we're just going to be patient as an offense and take what they give us and not get frustrated. Maybe it's not the home run ball every time, but as long as we're churning out first downs and moving the ball and getting good field position, and getting into the red zone and scoring touchdowns, we'll be fine. But I think that's the main thing. We just can't get frustrated as an offense or as a quarterback wanting to get the deep ball and the quick strike. So we got to be able to establish our run game as well. A lot of teams have not been able to run the ball, on them, and we got to find a way to get the run game established, and hopefully we can do that, and that opens up our pass game a little bit more. And if you can't get the run game going, now you can take a chance and go for some big shots, later on in the game. But we just got to establish the line of scrimmage and play well and take what they give us. A lot in Nebraska we do, in the Denver area as well. A little bit here in Kansas, but no, it's more Denver and Nebraska schools that we kind of run into each other. And he's done a great job of getting those kids from Nebraska to come to UNK, and he's done a good job in the Denver area too. So we do run into each other quite a bit. I know he's a great recruiter. He's a great guy. Has a very good philosophy as well. So we do battle with him, and now with him getting wins, it's only going to make our job a little bit tougher. So we need to win this ball game for recruiting purposes too. So we can get some of those kids out of Nebraska and get those kids out of the Denver area as well. So. And it's just something that we got to take care of business and do our job and worry about ourselves and get ourselves better this week and hopefully get the win on Saturday. Yeah, it is. It's starting to come around. Hunter Hayes got a little banged up last week, so we put Ramon Coral in, and he did a great job for us. At that right tackle position, and they all practice together in practice. They've been getting reps with each other all through the week, and it's getting better each week. You can see those kids starting to play with more confidence, understanding their assignments, being able to play faster. And things are starting to click for them. They're young right now. They're a very, very young group, and it takes time, and that time is starting to come. We're in the 8th week of the season. You can tell them starting to really get comfortable with what they're doing, understanding their techniques a little bit more and fundamentals, and understanding what's coming at them. And you can see by the film room as well. They've been sitting in the film room a little bit more than they have in the past, and it shows by how they play. So hopefully they put a lot of time in this week to see how we're going to do things, and understand we have to establish the run game. And if we can do that, we could have a really really successful day.
I'm finding very good competition. Like especially like last week against Pitt, went against a NFL prospect dude. Like he had a grade from the NFL, so you going against very good people. So that's what I'm realizing as in the league. Come on. Yeah, the biggest challenge for me was because like Oregon's a different type of defense. It's a read and react, and this one is just straight and go. So it's more of like stepping with my foot and stuff like that and shooting my hands instead of just waiting on the lineman to move and then stepping with them. So that was the only really hard challenge in getting down the plays, which the team been very good, like helping me out and the coaches and stuff. So that's.
Do you still feel like you're kind of learning, or are you all the way caught up now?
Oh no, I'm still learning. I'm not all the way caught up. Yeah, I'm still learning every day. I carry around this notebook with all the plays in it. So yeah. Basically standing our gaps and like shedding the line to work down the field to like keep contained, making sure they just going east and west instead of north and south. So that's the main thing. The team, like how the team was communicating the chemistry together, like how I seen everybody interacting with each other, and then especially Coach Ike, how much knowledge he know about like D line and stuff like that. That's another thing that brought me here. Yeah, we definitely do get better and better every week, cause like we we have a lot of mental errors, so every week we correct our mental errors. So we just try to get better at that. Make sure like we fix the small things. So, I don't feel like it's hard. It's just tough love, just like the love that your parents give you. You feel me? They want you to do right. They want you to succeed. They want you to be the best that you can be. So they gonna nip you in the butt for every little thing just to make sure you do right. So yeah, that's all it is. It's nothing.
Defensively, what has happened for 4 days to win this weekend?
Keep playing the same way we plan and fix our mental errors. Just the small things that we messed up on last time. That's pretty much it.
You to run that play on Saturday.
Oh, I was excited all week in practice. I got to throw it a lot, and every time I completed it, I told the coaches, I'm 4 for 4 now. I'm 5 for 5 now. I just kept telling them I didn't miss, and they let me throw it in the game, and I was able to put it on chance.
A little bit.
Yes, absolutely. Being able to run the ball again, I kind of got excited just because I knew how much success I had last year and just how I could help the team because I'm just like it's a dynamic change, even just because teams know that I can throw it or I can run it, and so they have to respect both sides. So it just makes it easy. It is different, but I mean, it's still kind of the same concept of I get to run in between the tackles or they get to try to put me on the edge and let me make a few guys miss. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I got to learn the plays. The first year, it was a lot of learning and taking a lot from Bacon, and then this year, and kind of, having to teach the other guys that have came in and, like, know the playbook already, and so I just feel more comfortable and know that I have known everything. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the first few weeks we kind of were struggling just because we were trying to find our rhythm and niche offensively alone, and then just like every week, the receiver guys, we had to just, be leaders and tell all the other ones like we got to make plays. We just got to continue being confident in each other and, just developing and everyday practicing and just having the same mentality of that we got to make the plays and help the team out in any way possible, and it just has translated every week. Oh, I feel like it definitely set the tone as well as it was just big momentum-wise because Pitt State was coming in. They thought that they were going to be able to, hang with us. They were 5-1 or whatever it was at the time, and they were just, ready to talk. And we kind of just shut them up early and just kept riding that wave. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've developed a come-to-work mentality because we've known that we've dropped 2 games and that if we lose again, that there's nothing, like there's no playoffs. There might not even be a bowl game or anything. So we have to come with we have to get it done this week and keep working and keep pushing to get better because if we don't finish out the season undefeated, that we don't have a shot at really anything else except for just pride play. They keep improving. That's what the one thing that I feel like they focused on is that they knew that they had some pieces and they just kept building on those pieces and they just improved and now obviously it's translated well because now they're starting to win, so it's going to be a tough game for us. It's just their defense. They play a lot of prevent style because they play cover 4, so they're just going to sit back and we just got to stay patient, keep making plays, and then when we get our shot plays, and we got to make sure that we capitalize on them. It's just the way he approaches things. He approaches things with like a mentality that he wants to get it done and that he's going to get it done, and he's very confident in himself and in his arm, and he's pretty accurate as well. So, I mean, he just trusts his accuracy.